Hi friends, welcome. My name is Jenna Buckley. So this sequence is a sequence where we will work through some warrior poses, balancing, open up hips a little bit and shoulders. And I guess it could be considered a beginner sequence based on the poses that we're doing, and the transitions are not super complicated, but it certainly doesn't mean that you shouldn't practice if you're an advanced practitioner. You know how to add on, or it's just great review for your practice. So start wherever you like. I always like to begin with some centering. So close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or soft gaze off the tip of the nose. I'm sitting on my shins right now, it just feels nice, or you can sit cross-legged. All right, so close your eyes, rest your hands, and bring your awareness to your breath. And then bring yourself here, meaning arrive on your mat, arrive in your space that you will be practicing in today. Bring yourself to the present by continuing to focus on your breath. And then begin to lengthen your inhales and exhales. Keep your spine tall but not rigid. A few more rounds of breath. Fold your palms together in front of your heart. Tuck your chin just a little bit. And then think of an intention for your practice today. What do you want to cultivate more of on your mat that you can carry with you off your mat? Doesn't have to be anything grandiose or profound, just could be one word or a short statement or mantra. I am patient. I am fun. I am calm. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Good. Rest your hands down. Open your eyes. If you want to have a block or two ready and a blanket, I always recommend that. We'll come to hands and knees, tabletop. So shoulders stacking over wrists. Hips over knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Inhale, arch your back. Heart forward. Gaze forward. Exhale, press your earth away, or press the earth away and round your spine. Pull your belly up. Start your inhale and then move. Arch your back. Just forward. Exhale, press down into your mat to round your spine. Let your head hang. Take your gaze to your belly. And then you do 3 more full rounds of breath on your own. So full cycle of inhale and exhale as you move through your cat-cow. Good. Finish up your last round of breath wherever you're at. And then you'll come back to a neutral spine. Good. Walk your hands forward just a touch so that your wrists are ahead of your shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. So walk your feet back a little bit. This should feel like a nice long stance. Straight and strong through your arms
You can have a little bend in your knees. And then press your pubic bone between your legs, lifting your tailbone up to the sky. And then if you have the space in the back of your legs, you'll start to bring your heels down closer to the mat. But this is certainly not necessary. A couple more rounds of breath here. Ears between your arms. Pressing firmly down into your hands and finger pads. If you're new to the practice, take your knees down at any time. Take a break. At some point, down dog will be a resting pose. Now, as you inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees deeply so that they're just an inch over your mat. Take your gaze forward. Good, and then little steps or big step all the way to the top of your mat. Forward fold, feet nice and wide, at least hip width distance apart. Hinging at your hips, bend your knees again if you need to or want to. And then take hold of opposite elbows. Just sway your torso side to side, shake your head no. Nod yes. Let your arm bones hang. Let your torso be like liquid while your legs are strong. Good, and then lower your fingertips down to your mat. Heel toe your feet not together, but at least hip width distance apart. So if you're a little bit wider, take them in a little bit. Walk your hands up your shins. Nice long spine. So reaching through your tailbone and the crown of your head. Lifting your torso halfway, or also referred to as this halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins. Extend through your spine and breathe. Take your gaze down so you're not cranking on your neck. And then from here, walk your hands up your thighs and come to Tadasana at the head or top of your mat. Root down into your feet. Take your hands to the tops of your thighs, press them back. Bring that natural curve back to your lumbar spine, and then soften your front ribs toward your tailbone. Nice strong core, like you're zipping up a pair of pants that you want into. All right, head of the arm bones back. Open your heart, open your chest. Close your eyes. Ground down through your feet and lift up through the crown of your head. Soften your jaw. Good. Open your eyes. 3 half sun salutation A's. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold, hands to mat. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze, lift your arms, palms touch, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. So just starting to move with breath. Inhale, lift halfway, look forward. Exhale, fold. Root down into your feet. Inhale, lift up, reach up, look up. Palms touch. One more. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms touch. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up. And then interlace your fingers behind the base of your skull. Take your elbows wide. And then your feet are hips width distance apart. Keep pressing the tops of your thighs back. Lift up through your crown, lift your sternum, lift your chin. Elbows wide. Good. Find a back bend here. Just let all the weight of your head be supported by your hands. Keep your elbows wide. Good. Release the hands from the back of your neck. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, look forward. And then step your right foot straight back. Back heel comes down. Feet are hip-width distance apart, so think of them on railroad tracks versus a tightrope. Back foot down at a 45-degree angle. All four corners of both feet are down. Peel your left hip back, lift left hip back, and then inhale, reach up, warrior one. Back leg is straight and strong. Tailbone points to the back heel. That's going to help adjust your left hip back. And then bend into your front knee. Square your front knee. Hips are as square to the front of the room as possible, or the front of your mat. And then arms reach up, warrior one. Soften your shoulders down. If you have the space, you'll take the palms together, but don't press them together so hard that you're causing tension in your neck and upper back. So they're just together. Gaze can be up. Sink deeper into your front knee. Straight and strong back leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down to your mat. Lift your back heel. Step forward, forward fold. Stay here, reflect. And notice if you feel a difference between the sides. Let your head hang. Step your left foot back, back heel down. So 45-degree angle on your back foot. Front knee is square. Reach your arms up. Warrior one on the other side. So right knee forward, left leg strong and back. Peel your outer right hip to the back of your mat. Soften your shoulders down. Maybe your palms come together. Straighten your arms up, lift up through your sternum, ground down through your legs. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down. Lift your back heel, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine, look ahead. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. So plank is the top of a push-up, shoulders stacking over wrists, heels press back. So heels press back, and you're also reaching through the crown of your head. Gather your belly up to your spine and root down into your hands. Claw your mat with your finger pads. Perhaps your knees are down. Great idea. So just make sure that you're not arching into your low back. Tailbone points to the back of your knees. Reach your heart forward if your knees are down or lifted. One more inhale. Exhale, down dog. From here, lift your right leg up. Three-legged dog. Down dog split. Your right kneecap, the one that's in the air, is facing down so that you can square your hips toward your mat. Straight, strong arms. Good. Now, take your right heel toward your right glute. Shift forward, round your upper back, and then draw your right knee toward your nose. Press the earth away, round your spine, and step your foot through. Back heel down. Now the back heel or the back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. Front heel lines up with back arch. And then open up your arms, warrior two. So second warrior pose. Check in, front heel lines up with back arch. Pinky toe side edge of back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. You might notice your back thigh swings forward quite a bit. So you'll press it back and then re-square your front knee and adjust the foot. Shoulders stack over hips. Soften your shoulders down away from your ears. Open your right knee to the right, and then take your gaze forward over fingertips. Breathe. Keep your legs strong. One way to do that is to act as if you're drawing your front heel toward the back arch. So your legs stay engaged. Draw your shoulder blades together. Open your heart. Good. And then cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Lift your back heel. Down dog. Stay and breathe. Take breaks when you need to. And usually your mind wants to quit before your body, so check in with your body. See how that's feeling as we move. And take breaks when your body tells you to. Lift your left leg. Kneecap points down. Tailbone draws back toward your lifted heel a bit. Now take your top leg, bend your knee, and try to kick your glutes with your left heel. Shift forward to plank. And then take your left knee toward your nose, lift your pelvis, step your foot through your hands. Maybe it's step, step, step. That's fine. Back foot down. Front heel lines up with back arch. Act as if you're trying to crinkle up your mat between your feet and come up warrior two. Back leg straight. And the front of the back thigh presses into the back plane of your body. Re-square your front knee. And then drag your left sits bone toward your tailbone, toward the midline. Arms reach out. Soften your gaze. Reconnect with your breath. And notice what happens when things start to get challenging. Where does your mind go? Do you want to quit? Or are you going to stay? And breathe through sensation. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Lift your back heel and step, or one big step, to forward fold. Let it go. Good, and then little bend in the knees. Inhale, lift chest, lift gaze, lift arms, look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, start with your hands at your hips. Keep your feet hips width distance apart and shift the weight into your left foot. Lift your right knee hip height. So just try to listen to my cues so that you can focus on something in front of you that's not moving. So right knee is hip height, left glutes engaged. And we're heading for airplane or warrior three. You get to choose. So you start to extend your right leg back. Once again, kneecap faces down, tailbone lengthens back so you don't dump into your low back, and then lift your right leg higher. Take your hands to your heart. Make sure your collarbones aren't caving in. Keep them nice and broad. Extend your heart forward. Gather your belly up. So hands can be here. They can shoot back for airplane, palms face down, reach through your fingertips. Or you might bring your arms forward, warrior three. One more inhale. Good. Straight and strong in your standing leg. Draw your right knee back forward, lift it hip height, and step your right foot down. Reconnect to your breath. Good. This will help settle your heart rate down. And switch sides. Right foot down, Left knee lifts, hip height. Know that there will be differences from side to side. This is my weak side. Hands to heart. Extend your left leg back. Toes face down, kneecap faces your mat. Straighten your right leg. Reach the tailbone and the crown of your head. And breathe. Yogi's choice for arms. One more inhale. Now slowly, as gracefully as possible, draw your left knee back in front of your body. Spine is straight and tall. And step your left foot down. Good, so grab a couple blocks if you have access to them on the highest setting, or you're gonna take a water bottle or a book. So you just really need one block. I'm just setting 2 blocks there to be set up. So, hands to hips, weight into the left foot, right knee lifts up. So we've been here before. Now take your right leg back and take your left hand down to your block. Now you want your left wrist underneath your left shoulder, so adjust as needed. And then take the block outside to the left a little bit of your mat. Open your right hip, stack it on top of your left. So your foot you're standing on faces forward at 12 o'clock. Left arm, hand is out to the side a little bit. And you're slowly opening up your right hip on top of your left. Flex your lifted foot, toes toward your nose. And then perhaps reach your right arm up. Gaze can be up or down. If you take it up, it'll be harder. You might fall, no big deal. Carve your left sits bone toward your tailbone. Half moon. And then bring your right hand back down. Right hip turns down. Right foot comes down next to the left. Whew, forward fold, stretch it out. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up, reach up, palms touch. Hands to heart, exhale. Hands to hips, weight shifts into the right foot. Left knee lifts. Same thing, start to extend your left leg back. Right hand comes down to your block. And then just take the block outside to the right a little bit and forward. Standing foot faces forward at 12 o'clock. Left hip peels open, tries to stack over your right. Left leg lifts and is super strong. Flex the toes toward your nose. Lift your left arm. And then extend out your limbs from the core of your pelvis. One more inhale. Exhale, take your left hand down. Left hip faces your mat. And forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, look forward. Exhale, step back to down dog. Notice how this dog feels compared to when we started. Little bend in the knees. Pubic bone presses back, lift tail. Strong arms, maybe straighten the legs a little bit. Soften your jaw and face. Right leg lifts up, down dog split or three-legged. Heel toward your glute. Knee toward your nose, shift forward to your plank. Step your foot through your hands. Back heel down, just like the warrior two, meaning knife edge of back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. So take both hands inside your front foot and walk them out to the left at a diagonal. Come to your fingertips, re-bend into your front knee, and press your booty back. Keep the alignment, keep this integrity in the legs. Don't move a thing in your legs and walk your hands back toward your front foot. Take your right foot outside your front foot. Take your left hand on top of your left hip. Now open up your heart, open up your chest, roll your right rib cage underneath your left. You can also have your hand on a block here. Act as if you're crinkling up your mat between your feet. This is called side angle pose. Your left arm can reach up. Perhaps you extend it to the front of the room, rolling your armpit down a little bit. Re-square your front knee and then lift up from the bottom of the front thigh. Gaze can be up or down. Neck is soft. Let go of any judgment in your mind. Accept your body for where it's at right now. Bring your left hand down, lift your back heel, plant the hands, and step, down dog. Good, left leg lifts up. Bend your knee, left heel to glute. Shift forward to your plank and step your foot through your hands. Back heel down, warrior 2 feet. Okay, we started with both hands inside the front foot. Walk your hands off to the right. Sit your booty way back. And try to pull your front heel toward your back arch. Let your head relax. Keep the legs as they are. Walk your hands back toward your front foot. Left hand outside of your pinky toe or to a block. Right hand, right hip. Open your chest up. Trying to stack your shoulders. Back leg strong. Right arm reaches up. Gaze can be up or down. And you might reach your arm forward. Check in with your breath, slow and steady. Good. Both hands down. Lift your back heel, step to down dog. Inhale, roll forward to your plank, press down into your thumb and first finger. Remember, knees can come down. Tailbone toward the back of your knees. Elbows a little bit wide to make space for your torso to come all the way down to your mat. Untuck your toes. All right, so slide your hands back next to your low ribs. Press down into the tops of your feet so your toes are untucked and you're even trying to press down the little pinky toes. Gather your belly up to your spine and then bring your shoulders up to your ears. Draw your shoulder blades together and then peel the head of your arm bones down and back. As you inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze, look forward. Notice how much is working in your low back. Press down to the tops of the feet and slowly lower down. Good, a couple more like that. So lift your armpits toward your ears, bring your shoulder blades together, and then draw them down your spine toward your waistline. Press down in the tops of your feet so much your knees lift, and then maybe try not to even use the hands. Low cobra. Use the muscles in your back. Picture them lighting up. These are the muscles we miss all the time working out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Whew. Take your hands by your side. Firmly press up to hands and knees. Just stay here for a moment. Feel the work in the back. Gaze down, soft face. Good. And then take your knees together, feet together. Shift your hips back. Rest your chest On your legs, sweep your arms back, palms face up, forehead down. Let your shoulders sink down toward your mat. Close your eyes and reflect so far on your practice. Really honoring how your body is feeling, your energy level. Keeping your focus on your breath. Good. Take your hands next to your face. Plant down and then lift your chest up. And we'll come to a seat. So take your hips off to either side. I'm going to use the strap and a blanket. So if you have like a towel or something you can sit on, just to give your pelvis a little bit of height. It doesn't mean that you're being advanced, I guess you should say, if you don't sit on props. Props advance your practice. So I really suggest having them, and they don't have to be the typical yoga props. You can definitely just grab some stuff from your household that will work. All right, so you've got your blanket, a towel, this Mexican style blanket. You've got your sits bones on the edge of the blanket so that your pelvis tilts forward. Now bend your left knee, take the sole of your left foot toward your right thigh and click your toes down so you're on the top of your foot. Now take this left knee and peel it back to the back of your mat a little bit and then draw your right hip back. You're coming into a little bit of a twist, so hands down surrounding the extended front leg. Press through the big toe mound and then peel your pinky toe back toward your face. Walk your hands forward. Keep your spine extended. Lead with your sternum to your foot versus compromising your low back and reaching and then rounding just to try to get into this pose. Stay safe so you can practice tomorrow. Pelvis is tilting forward. If you want more of a twist and you don't feel like you're pulling on this muscle here, your QL, you'll take your left hand outside your right leg. Some of you will grab the pinky toe side edge of your front foot. Thumb faces down, right hand goes back behind you, and then root down into your sits bones. Extend your spine and twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist from back body and core. Your hands are not twisting you. Your core is. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. And left leg extends forward. Notice if you feel any difference between the sides. Bend your right knee. And then you're turning the top of your right foot down. Right knee toward the back of your mat. Left leg straight and strong, toes face up. Ground down into your sits bones. And then notice you might already see how flexible you could be on one side versus the other. Totally normal. We tend to favor one side of our body all the time. If you want more, you're taking your right hand outside your left leg or foot. Left hand comes behind you. Ground down and then extend through the spine and the crown. Maybe take the gaze back behind you. Use your breath to deepen into the pose. Release your foot and untwist. Bring both feet forward, both legs. Good. Still on the edge of your mat, pelvis tilts forward. Nothing fancy here. We don't need to lift up and do this whole thing. You're just keeping your strong, straight spine, walking your fingertips forward. All right, so where do I feel this? Back of hamstrings, calves, little tiny bit in my back. Where do you feel it? That's where you're supposed to feel it. So you might feel a little bit different. You can always have a little blanket under your knees. And once again, we're not rounding and collapsing. We're strong. Draw your heart, your sternum toward your feet. Let your breath deepen you into the pose. Slowly release. And then scoot your bum off the blanket, root your feet down. You can just set the blanket off to the side. And we'll come into a modified boat. So hands next to hips, scoot your sits bones back. You still want that pelvis tilting forward. And then hinging back at your hips, nice long spine. So your boat could be here, Navasana. Collarbones open. Gather up your belly toward your spine. Keep your neck in line with your spine. Soften your jaw. You might be like, oh my God, this is so easy. Can we add on? So if you want to, lift your shins. You can still grab hold of the thighs, readjust your alignment, flare your toes, or maybe take 2 fingers underneath the top of your calves. Draw your shoulder blades down, breathe. You want more from here. Arms out to the sides, palms up. Maybe straighten your legs. Maybe not. And then as slowly as possible, whether your feet are down on the mat or not, slowly come all the way down to your back. Draw your knees to your chest. And then just take some circles here with the knees. Few in each direction. And then take them over to the left for a twist. You can cactus your right arm, so goal post it. Elbow in line with shoulder, 90-degree angle with that right arm. This might help ground your right shoulder blade down. It's okay if it doesn't touch. And then you can take your gaze to the right or close your eyes. Bring your knees through center. And then over to the right. Gaze to the left. You can cactus the arm. Close your eyes, but don't check out. So we practice to check in. To see how our body's feeling. Where it might be storing tension and stress. And then roll on back to your back. And draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a big hug. Thank yourself for taking this time for you today. Thank your body for all it was able to do, accepting it just as it is right now. And gratitude for our breath. Inhale. Exhale, Shavasana, legs wide.
Take up lots of space. Don't let your mat limit you. Arms out to the sides, palms face up. Close your eyes, and then just make any adjustments you need so that you can fully surrender to gravity. If you have an eye pillow, you can cover your eyes. You can cover yourself up with a blanket. You get to stay here as long as you like. Relax your face and jaw. Surrender to gravity. So if you're choosing to stay in Shavasana, stay as long as you can. Thank you for practicing. If you're moving on, bring some movement back to your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead. And then stretch your toes away from your fingertips. Exhale out all your breath. So you can take in the biggest inhale. Fill up your lungs with breath. Hold the breath at the top. Pause. And exhale, release. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll off to one side. And then using your top hand to press into your mat and help you come up to a seat. Keep your eyes closed. Fold your hands together in front of your heart. Take a moment to notice how you feel now compared to when you started. And come back to your intention. Feel what the intention looks like in your body. Like, how does it look? How does it feel? Inhale all that goodness. And exhale out anything stopping you, getting in your way. Please take your yoga with you off your mat today. That is truly the practice. Namaste.